No matter who becomes the next U.S. president, it has an impact on Canada, especially here in Ontario, which has huge trade ties south of the border. Ontario's representative in Washington, David Paterson, joins us this morning live from D.C. with his perspective. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Annette.
So is Canada prepared for either outcome, either Harris or Trump winning?
Yeah, well, certainly we in Ontario have been at the work of building our relationships, renewing our relationships, and really working with our businesses for a number of years. And so it's exciting to finally get the answer in terms of who our next president will be, but also how the Congress will be set up as well, who will lead the House and the Senate, and all these things will make a difference. We've heard all kinds of issues during the election, and we're ready to either accelerate the growth with the United States, or if we're going to have a pause, we'll work our way through it.
Now, the best case scenario is a really decisive outcome with a clear winner, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, later next week. What's the worst case scenario? What would that look like?
Well, we may have a delay in terms of determining what the outcomes are, and that might be in Congress as well as with the razor close 50-50 split that we keep hearing about. Or it could be a break one way or the other. So we don't know. We know that half of American voters have already voted. So today is a big day of democracy, and I think either late tonight or over the course of the week, we'll find out. But either way, we're ready because we've really engaged with our businesses. We've engaged with governors. We've engaged in Congress. Many of the people in Congress return as incumbents, and so a lot of our time is well spent there. And we have such a deeply integrated economy that I can't imagine a better place on earth to be next to the United States right now in terms of working our way through the next couple of years.
So many people are focused on whether it's Harris or Trump that's going to win, but really Congress makes a lot of trade decisions. The U.S. Congress does, and are you saying that that's kind of almost more important?
I think they're all important. I mean, the beauty of the American system, of course, is the checks and balances and the roles. As you say, Congress is really responsible for approving trade agreements and giving powers to the administration to negotiate or renew agreements. So we have a renewal of our major trade agreement, the USMCA, as it's called here in the United States, or CUSMA. And that renewal really has already begun in many regards. There's some portions of that agreement that we're working on already. There's other parts that will advance as well. There's probably some improvements that can be made. And we don't have to only focus on trade agreements. There is so much that we can do together in terms of enhancing how we work together. The other thing about Ontario's trade with the United States is it's almost perfectly balanced. We do about $500 billion of trade with the United States every year. And I like to remind people, trade is not done between governments, it's done between businesses. And so we have deeply rooted businesses on both sides of the border in the food industry, agriculture, of course, the auto sector. I used to work there for about 20 years. And so we know that we run and build things together on both sides of the border. So we have lots of allies in the United States that want to continue to grow. And we have a couple of things in Ontario that they really, really need to grow the economy here in the United States.
Which is part of the energy resources, right?
Yeah, I mean, so many of my conversations on Congress, we're up on the Hill every day and we're meeting with senators and representatives and their staff. And what interests them most about Canada and Ontario in particular is our leadership in nuclear power, because there is a major need for more electricity if you're going to grow things like artificial intelligence, all the offshoots of the Inflation Reduction Act, the battery technology that we're developing.
Okay, David, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to cut you off there. We're about to run out of time, but David Paterson is Ontario's representative in Washington. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you.